Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. It's been a little bit. I've been away for I think most of the month of June, and I just wanted to catch up and let you know what's going on, what's been going on. While I do that, I thought I would do something with my Daphne's Diary pages that I've cut out to use in projects. So if you want to join me while I chat away, I'm just going to be working on, just something to add to Happy Mail, maybe add to the shop in terms of gifts with purchases in the shop, that sort of thing, because I am planning on adding some more de-stash items, and so I'll be coming back very soon with some of those videos. So grab your crafty project and join me. I'm just going to be chatting. There's no tutorial right now. It's just me kind of figuring out what I want to make with these Daphne's Diary pieces. So thank you so much, those of you that have emailed, that have messaged, wanting to know where I've been and what's been going on. I've just, I had to take some time. I haven't been feeling well, and so that's kind of, I guess, made it easier for me to not feel guilty about not making videos at the moment. I have a lot that I'm going to be catching up with. I've got some more tutorials, of course, some more craft with me videos. I've got to have the videos that I will be showing soon for Happy Mail Pals. I don't know, I might include some of those in this video. I'm not quite sure. I also have the videos coming up of channels to watch. I'm so excited about those, so I can't wait to show you that. But yeah, I just thought I would, do a little bit of crafting and kind of, kind of update you on what's been going on with me. I guess, I probably should start at the realization I had a few years ago of my health. I guess the way my health was going at the time. I may have mentioned in videos here or there when I was, going to take time off because of surgeries that I had to have. But I've kind of put a few things together about my health, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just chat about it and see if anyone out there can sort of relate. I saw in the news recently, maybe a few months ago, a TV celebrity who was talking about that she had been sick for many, many years with mystery style of illnesses. And she mentioned that, it had been going on since, I think, high school for her. And there was just so much going on that doctors couldn't figure out until recently that she discovered what may have brought on all these health issues for her. And I realized that was me, exactly what I had been through, I guess for maybe the past, I'm going to say 20 years, with, doctors trying to figure out all these different health issues that I was having that they could not pinpoint. At one point, I think it was just a matter of checking off lists of what I did not have. So, after running tests and blood work and that sort of thing, kind of saying, nope, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, and just slowly going down that list. Wow. So, did you know that if you've had a root canal, that it could actually cause a lot of problems that you won't even know you have? The reason I realized this is I had a root canal over 20 years ago. And my health from then on I believe is what started deteriorating everything for me. I would get sick very easily. I always felt like I had a flu or a cold, or I was always sick, and doctors could not figure out what was happening. When I was given blood work, because I ended up in the hospital many, many times, the hospital staff would say, the doctors would come in and tell me, yes, your blood work shows that you have a very, like a bad infection, but we don't know where it's coming from. So we need to do more tests. Obviously not an emergency, because it was no longer considered an emergency. They had, again, done all the CT scans and MRIs and all that stuff to check everything, and they couldn't pinpoint to anything else. So fast forward that to me having many, many, many health issues. And what ended up happening in 2009, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And if many of you out there know what that is, because I know a lot of you do, I've actually, I know many creators are out there, and they mention the fact that they live with fibromyalgia. It is just a short version of it is basically so many symptoms going on in your body. Many of those include severe pain, insomnia, like lack of sleep, body aches all the time, always feeling sick, like if you've got a flu, and other things start to sort of go wrong. Other organs start to kind of like malfunction, if you can say that. Things just kind of go all wacky. And there's so much going on with people that are diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It actually takes many, many years for a diagnosis, if you actually happen to get a diagnosis. So there's many specialists, many tests, trying to rule things out, and by the time they get to the many big things out there that could be that are not, then I believe is when fibromyalgia is given as a diagnosis, which basically means they don't know what's causing all your issues, but there is something going on in the body. They can see it with blood work. They just don't know what's happening, right? So having said that, I didn't know that a root canal could cause so many issues when it comes to your health if it's not done properly. So what ended up happening to me was after that root canal, as I mentioned, I started to not feel well short time after that, I guess. But nothing ever connected it to it being an issue with it, because of the root canal. They usually kill the root in the tooth, and then you no longer have sensation or feel anything. And so therefore, you're not aware that anything is going on, because there is nothing showing you that is going on. For me, it was mostly my blood work that would show infections. And anyways, long story short, it was years and years and years and years that I lived on and off with this illness. I would get antibiotics. The infection would kind of subside or go away, and then I'd get sick again eventually, and it was just a constant thing. So after COVID, so I guess mid 2020, I ended up in the hospital a lot. Not that I had COVID at the time. I didn't actually get COVID until last year. But it was more or less, again, the symptoms, the strange stomach pains, the severe stomach pains, so many things going on in my body. Again, feeling extremely sick. My blood pressure was just skyrocketing. At one point, I was in a hospital, and they kept me there for almost 2 days trying to figure out what was going on with me. My blood work showed an infection. I remember the doctor coming in and saying to me, "We don't understand what's happening. Your blood pressure shows that you might be having a stroke, or you could be having a heart attack, but nothing else is showing that, anything else is happening." So they just sort of were so confused. They kept trying to figure it out, pumped me with antibiotics because they knew I had an infection. And then things started to kind of subside again. I was sent, home to wait for some more tests. I had to go get more tests done, etc., etc. Nothing could be found out. So it would have been, I guess, around that time frame, so mid 2020, that I started to have a strange sensation on my cheek, a throbbing sensation, almost like, like I could feel my heartbeat on my cheek. And I thought, that is the weirdest feeling. But, I just didn't think anything of it. I just thought, that's strange. I had checked my teeth, no cavities, everything was fine. I go as often as I need to go to the dentist to maintain my health there, and nothing had ever been said about me having issues with any teeth in that area. So I guess late 2020, it just got worse and worse and worse with the throbbing on my cheek. And I thought, okay, you know what? I'm booking an appointment with the dentist. It could be something that I'm not catching. They haven't seen, whatever. So the x-rays that they took that time, the dentist actually focused in the area that I mentioned. And he said, there is something there. It looks like it could be an infection because it just looks so different in the x-ray. So they booked me to see a specialist. Specialist did the exact same thing. And it was around the area where I had my root. It was actually where I had my root canal. So she told me that they were going to go in there, see if they could clear whatever infection was there, because that's what it looked like. And then we would go from there. As it turns out, it was an incredibly massive infection. It could have gone into my bloodstream. Somehow it did not. And I was told then, to again take strong antibiotics. Once the infection cleared, I had to go back and get the root canal fixed because the original person that did it hadn't fully closed or killed the root. So there was like the tiniest little bit left, and that had been getting infected for years and years and years. So that in itself just, I had this like light bulb moment where I thought, oh my gosh, like how would I have been feeling having this ongoing infection for over 20 years that would come and go, come and go, come and go. And she said, well, it would have felt like you had the flu, like it never stopped happening. And it would make you more susceptible to get sick because you were fighting an infection all the time. And that just totally gave me like so much information based on all these strange symptoms that I had for all those years that no one could figure out. Needless to say, she said once that infection was cleared and the root canal was fixed, that I should start feeling a lot better. At least those symptoms of feeling like I had the flu all the time would no longer be there. But she had no idea how long my body would take to recover from the fact that I had been fighting an infection for many, many years. So I thought, because I have not been feeling well recently, I can only think that based on the fact that my body was constantly sick, it was actually maybe hurting other areas of my body, and eventually just things started to break down, with me. And so every other thing that I've had to endure and go through, I can only connect it now to having had that constant infection and not knowing what it was, and just being, it being treated with antibiotics all those years. And it was just almost like putting a Band-Aid on it because it would come back and then it would maybe affect other areas of my body. So I don't know, my friends, if any of you can relate to this, if you know anyone that has experienced something similar. But in case you have ever had a root canal or you know someone that has, I'm going to suggest that, you get that checked, or you ask them to get that checked and make sure that it's monitored, because we don't know what's going on you know, in our bodies. We're not see-through, so we can't see what's happening. But if there is just a lot going on with you that no one can pinpoint, if, you know, that could be an area that may have affected you in some way, then I would strongly recommend that you get that looked at and maybe followed up on, and just double checking that everything is there in that area. I had not ever thought that this could happen. I've since started kind of reading more about it and realized that it is something that is, you know, that happens, that many people have experienced. And I've seen so many specialists in my life. I've had so many tests done. I've had surgeries done. So much that has happened. And I'm thinking maybe a lot of that had to do with, you know, an ongoing infection that I didn't even know I had. So this past month, I've actually, again, not been feeling well. And I, like I said, I think it's just my body having gone through so much, and so many areas of my body just having to constantly be sort of on alert and fighting some sort of illness that it's just, things have just gone, you know, a different way. So I'm currently waiting for an MRI on my right side. It has had some tinnitus that started happening last year, and I'm also having issues with my kidney. And as far as they've seen recently, my kidney is enlarged, and there is something on it that they need to check out. So that's where I've been so far. I'm taking it easy, trying to get things done when the pain is not unbearable, but the pain is so bad right now. The last time I spoke to my doctor, she said if it gets this bad again, just, you know, get yourself to the hospital, and hopefully they can kind of go further with all the information they have so far, and they can figure that out for me. But all I'm doing now is just really taking the time to relax, to try and have less pain, and, you know, to just enjoy the days where I'm feeling a little bit better. So most of the videos I had filmed, you know, before. I'm doing voiceovers now, and this is what I'm doing with this one. It's just a voiceover. I film different projects that I make sometimes if I'm feeling like it's a good day, or I'll film it in, you know, different days, and kind of save it for, you know, showing you something at some point when I'm ready to do it. And so that's what I'm saying. I have so much to catch up on. I've got so many videos, so many tutorials, so many things to edit. But right now, even sitting up at a computer is just not something I can do. And when it comes to editing, I'm not able to really do a lot of crafting yet. I'm not feeling well enough to do that, but hoping to get there very soon. And I didn't want you all to think that, you know, I just sort of stopped filming. And I also, I think it's easier to make the video and sort of give you the info instead of emailing everyone back and messaging everyone, because that would just take a lot of time right now for me, and my body is not allowing it. So thank you all so much. Again, to those of you that have messaged me and have sent me emails. I am going to reply at some point, but I thought I would make this video just to give you an update of what's happening. And also, you know, my kids said that I should share this with all of you in case some of you are having a lot of health issues and are not sure, you know, maybe there's an area you haven't checked, which could be a root canal that may have not been done properly. So, yeah, as I'm just sort of, as I said, I was just making something with these Daphne's Diary pieces. I'm thinking I'll probably make some ephemera that I can add maybe in Happy Mail or the Happy Mail Pals list that I've got going on. I'll be making some more goodies to add to the shop when I get time. I have a bunch of packs that I had prepared before, but I just haven't had the time to, film a video for them. At this point, I'm just going to be waiting to be able to edit that, but I'll probably list them before I even make the video. It just all depends on how I'm feeling and the time frame that I have. But I can't wait to, get back to my crafty space and get some more things going. I enjoy it. It relaxes me. It brings me joy to be in the craft room and to be making something. I also really am happy when, I get your comments and your likes on the videos, because that lets me know that you're enjoying what I'm sharing with you, and it just inspires me to share more. So I hope to be back soon. A quick update, like I said, I've got some giveaways coming up, and yeah, I think that's it for now, my friends. Leave a comment below if you like these type of chatty kind of crafty videos. I think I'll be making more just to keep you updated as to what's happened so far, but keep an eye out on I think I've got a couple of hauls as well that I've edited and will be coming out soon, and I've got giveaways with those. So if you leave a comment, you'll be entered for the giveaways, as I always say. Yeah, and I think that's it for now, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to update you, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by.